Got ourselves Necro over for the Did you get the new gun? You did get the new gun. I like the way it looks. You got Necro with Rosie to the team. We got Kenner over on the Death Knight this time around. Hawkins is a rogue with Blood Dagger joining in as well. Austin over for the team 1, coming back in on that Arcane Mage with Chaos. Over as Affliction that time around. Mocking on this team with Silent as well as DJ. And it looks like it is going to be Chaos up next, or up first, I guess. Versus Kenner. Oh, that might be a little bit rough. Affliction Warlock versus a Frost Death Knight? Okay, I don't think the Frost DKs are going to have an easier time against this one. Does get the snowball rolling in, big grippy hand, got to be able to entrap Chaos in a block of ice. Does still have the Dark Pack, keeping him alive plenty with a silence to follow. Kenner having to commit a lot here, another stun. Chaos backs up out of there, and look at Kenner. He's the one who's going all out offensive, but he's taking up just about the same amount of damage as Chaos did, with Kenner popping off some cooldowns. Chaos just trying to see if he can recover a little bit of health. He's gonna get himself a nice quick juke out onto Kenner. I don't even know how he was able to do it. Dropping on Dome together with the every defensive variable AMS. It's gonna be full Dark Glare, full set of dots for Chaos. Got himself a wall, so he's looking plenty fine. It's gonna be a stun to follow him. Locked down for a moment. Kenner may need more defenses for this one. The man is just taking still constant taking damage together with Dark Glare that isn't really relenting on you. Fear to follow, just completely CC'd. Oblivion right after, just getting blasted. Does get himself Lichborn, looking for an interrupt, doesn't get it. It's gonna be Drain, keeping you low. Got yourself Lichborn to try to give it a little bit extra health. Haunt right after, you just fully dotted. I think Kenner is just so time. AMS locking you down. Hold on, your health is okay for a second while the shield holds, but I don't really know how well it's gonna work out. Barely any health, does get the stun, but does it going down. Technically did have death mark unless it's a UI bug. But I don't even know what you could have done with the death mark at the end. Frost Worms? Wait, Frost Worms is a stun? Do people not play Frost Worms anymore, Chilled? Do you not play that? Oh wait, Sniper Shot around the corner. Chaos, AC careful. He doesn't really have the answer here. He's gonna get slowed with a scatter. That scatter actually does end up removing Death Shocker, but still Chaos, look at your health. Does go for the Mortar Coil just to give himself a little bit extra health. Necro doesn't really get the Sentinel at a right angle. It is going to be a port for Chaos either way, though. It's going to be able to, I think, break the, did it break the, Rapid Fire? I think he was able to max, maybe he was able to max range it. Chaos, not a lot of health available right now. Necro does get dotted, feign death real quickly. But it's going to be maybe still decent damage. Chaos is still alive somehow. It does get himself a drain. Maybe they'll give him a little bit of recovery here. Necro taking a bit of dot damage. Not the most amount, but still a little bit. Is slowed down a bit. If Chaos can get himself like a big Mortal Call yet again or a Fear Drain, he might be okay. Necro just needs to get a good interrupt on him right now. Aim shot to follow. Chaos actually starting to recover health little by little. Fully away into Necro with a drain. Hold on. Is he just going to try to DPS him out? I don't think he wins this DPS match. With a Mortal Call, Trinket to follow drain. I think it's just over. Hold on, Necro. I don't think he'd win the DPS match, especially against an Affliction Warlock. Those guys are actually kind of terrifying. Actually, a little bit terrifying. Maybe Arcane still really touchable. DK would be countered by no casters if DS healed a little bit more Death Strike. Yeah, I do agree that Death Strike doesn't really heal for a lot right now. Hawk is going to be up next. Dots versus Dots. Giving Chaos as much of an opportunity to get himself as much of a clean opener or clean honor duel here. Let him recover a little bit of health. But it's going to be able to go in. Full dots are set in. Chaos backing up out of the immediately. Starting to already take the bleed damage, but is able to get some dots onto Hockey's. Full go, full burst. Big death shocker, death mark rather than full wall. Doesn't really give him any outs whatsoever. Makima trying to go for a cheap shot. Oh, is Makima? It is Makima. No way to break out of a blind, though. Has a human racial, but that's really about it. Evasion used really early. Hawk is trying to see if he can get some damage in himself. Does not have a way to deal with the sepsis. Full dots, and Makima does end up slaying him right then and there with Blood Dagger up next from one rogue to the next. Makima out in the open, still dotted. Saps are not going to keep him CC'd. Blood Dagger, I think, is just waiting out for the Devours and the stuns potentially. Is going to be human racial immediately. Makima with advantage. I think still dotted though. Are you? You're slowed. Or not? He's slowed, but not in combat. I guess maybe it's a Shiv or something. I'm not even sure, honestly. But something kept him slow for a while there. Blood does have himself cold blood. He wants to have himself a go. Kind of looking out where Makima might be. But Makima doesn't really go super far. In fact, he just goes to kind of in the corner. Just chilling. Blood doesn't pick it up the eyes. Trying to see. He's hoping Makima runs at him. And you'll be able to find him. Makima wants nothing to do with it. He's just chilling back here. He doesn't want to touch him. Doesn't want to fight him. If it's anything like the last match, Makima isn't going to open up until every cooldown is back up and available. So for Blood, he actually has himself the free roam of the arena. If he can pick up with the other eye, if he just sprints around looking for Makima, he might actually be able to find him, because Makima's playing the hide. He's in the hide and seek. He's really emphasizing the hide part. He doesn't really want to open on you at all. Doesn't want to touch you. Doesn't want to deal with you. Would rather just stay as far away from you. Blood Dagger just taking a nap. Makima's actually got himself some cooldowns to go back up. He's starting to scout out for the eye. Blood, you might just have to get aggressive with that eye pickup, honestly. Picked it up, blind onto Makima. No out for this one. Blood should be able to get him some proper opener. Gouge to make sure he gets himself a kidney shot. The extra comp point from a gouge does get him set up. Flagellation, that's a hell of an ability. Trying to see if he can maximize the output. Blind by Makima, looking for the reset. Is Blood playing the sepsis, or is it just flagellation? Hold on, if you just press slash in this, doesn't that... Oh, that does get Makima out there, but Shadow Strike, trying to see if he can catch up to him. Makima taking hits back-to-back. Cloak of Shadows for Makima playing defensive. Blood Dagger also with the Cloak of Shadows, just to give himself a little bit of a dodge. Makima is landing that kidney shot. Blood has himself a trinket in case he needs to, but Makima does not want to stay in. Does not want to fight him. Would rather back the hell out of dodge. Blood, if you're fast enough, you might be able to catch up to him. Does get auto checks to the wall with a cheap shot. Caught himself a reset with a Shadow Meld. That night operation was very, very handy. Catching him in a shadowy duel just to keep the pressure rolling. He's gonna go for the trick and block him, but no health. She does end up getting ticked out. Next, is it just rogues? Is it just all rogues? This is World of Warcraft. It's take the meme. It's all rogues. It's it's all rogues. Blood is backing up out of there. Doesn't really want to fight Silent while he's out the open. The eyes are available. Silent, if he wants to go aggressive, actually finds Blood. I guess he was out of stealth. Maybe that's what he's trying to go for. I mean, there's just... Oh, he just locked down. He didn't give him a second. He didn't give him a moment to breathe. Hold on a second. Is it just Rosie? Is it Rosie left? Only Rosie? Because still 3 left over for Team 1. Yeah, it is Rosie. Alright. Silent did end up going in for a lot of cooldowns there. Bash, trying to go for a clone. Does he trinket this? Random trinket interrupt? I was almost expecting it. Does get himself a clone. Have himself a Feral Frenzy set up. Next finisher should give him a free Feral Frenzy on him Silent. Does go for evasion just to see if he can dodge it. Rosie back in the bear form. He's either fighting and attacking and blasting out Silent, bleeding him up, or he's in bear form, waiting his time, buying his time, going for Frenzy Regen. Does go for the trinket. Potentially for Silent, this could be an opportunity to go for a full-on blind. Just running circles around the Feral Druid. Big secret technique. Blasting his sounds out. Man's going in for a big defensive wall. Heart of the Wild. Cloak of Shadows for Silent. Just remove any kind of bleeds that he's got on him. Get himself also a little bit of the evasion into a stun. Trinket, blind. Rosie does not have a trinket. If Silent got himself the calm points, I think it's just going to be a one bang, right? No. I'm actually surprised he got the sap. Because there was a blind. Blind normally doesn't last nearly that long. So the fact that you got a sap with a blind, I'm actually surprised. Vanish just to get cooldowns back. Nothing you can do. And it's over. Silent does show us exactly how rogues do it, or how rogues could do if they just commit all the cooldowns into a single target. So there's that. Alright, if you guys need more bodies, let me know. I'll get you guys in. But yeah.